Oh,
Wow.
it's always a little longer than I want it to be,
Tripscape.
but
Ooh, 80 cents, baby.
yeah, you got to keep it going so you get to hear that part. All right. Welcome everybody to another episode of The Deviled Advocate. It's your boy. It's your pizza boy. It's your best friend. It's your worst enemy. It's your wet dream. It's your worst nightmare. Consequentially, also your wet dream. I'm chilling. If I'm not chilling, I am trying to chill as soon as possible. Tonight, I'm chilling with an old buddy, Adam Moyer. How you doing?
Hey, Sam. It's good to be here.
Welcome to the studio. It's good to have you.
Yeah,
This has been a long time coming.
it has. Well, this is actually my second time on the show, if you recall.
Yeah.
I was on episode 4 or something, way back when this started, right?
We dropped an audio clip.
Yeah.
Right on. You were telling me to give up.
Yeah. that was
Joke's
me.
on you.
I know.
we
look,
recorded-
look who's here eating shit now.
Right.
Now I'm begging to be a guest.
56 episodes later and
Well, it's-
multiple days of terrible content.
You
But
know, it's like in radio when people call in, but in podcasting you can't call in. So I what would you call that? I dropped audio in.
yeah. You just recorded a little thing berating me.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
I was just like, Sam, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear you.
Yeah, and I get that. Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only person who wants to listen to me is me.
Yeah, not even your ma.
I thought she listened every week. She's just
No.
like, I was like, so whenever anybody asks me, how's it going?
Yeah.
I ask them, have you listened to the podcast? Because if they haven't listened to the podcast, why am I going to update them on my life? You wanna like cliff notes on my podcast, Mom? Tune in every week, like and subscribe, smash
So you
that
just-
like button.
You just try to like lose your self-esteem by asking all your friends, have you listened to my podcast? And they all stare at you blankly.
I have so little self-esteem. I do have a friend studying or teaching abroad right now who messages me every week when she listens. She's re-listening to the old
Oh,
ones.
nice. Hey.
And so one person's listening for sure.
Nice. Hi.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks for all the comments on how you've only laughed once per episode.
Hope y'all try to drive some traffic your way. Maybe my mom will listen, and then
Oh, that'd be great. Pass
Yeah.
it on to her mom friends, and that's
to my grandma.
oh man,
Then the chain ends there. I got 2 fans.
that's pretty good though.
You know,
do
maybe.
they have fans that they might? I don't know. Why would your
Uh,
grandma have a fan that's not you?
She's got a floor fan.
Good for her.
We can start the terrible puns. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So you sent me your first stand-up set.
Yeah.
Not your first ever, if I remember from getting to know you.
Well, no, I
initially.
can go back in time. I guess I got comedy in the blood probably 10 years ago. Always wanted to get into it, but I just never put in the effort or the time. And I never wanted to struggle with it and just be like, going on stage with no idea what I'm doing for years. That guy that you
Sure.
see at every open mic. So I sat around and just studied for years and just like read everything and just watched comedy and took notes and just really got down how to write a joke. How to make sure something was funny. So by the time I got onto the stage and I was terrible, then at least I knew the writing was good, and that was always my goal.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm lazy, so it took me forever to do it. I mean, I've been on stage a few times through the years with no material,
Sure.
just trying to riff like it's high school or something. Like, hey, everybody, you like me, right? Blah,
Yeah.
let's talk shit.
Lunch sucks.
Yo, let's talk about that guy in the hat back there, faggot, or whatever. You just try to riff, and it just never works because
Yeah.
you can't make an audience like you just riffing. It's so.
Some people, Todd Barry can.
Well, okay, Todd Barry can't. Here's the difference between me and Todd Barry. He's bald.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a little more hair than you.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I saw Todd Barry do a crowd work show.
Did you go to
yeah.
that tour? I
Yeah.
wanted to go, but I think I had tickets to go see something with my aunt.
So, is that a show on Broadway? Something with my aunt.
yeah. I wish.
It's like something about Mary and then something about my aunt is playing next.
If I watched anything that was half as funny as something about Mary, I'd remember it.
That's still.
But instead, I went to the Brave New Workshop
What the fuck did you go there for?
Christmas special thing.
Oh, I went to one of those the other year too. Yeah,
It was fun. It was chill.
they're fun shows, but yeah, once you see 3 of them, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, yeah. I don't even like Christmas. So it's like,
Yeah.
I love improv, but I hate Christmas. So it's tough
I'm the
for me.
opposite. I'm all about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but improv, 12 minutes of it, I'm over.
But you studied it.
I
right?
did. I took
For-
all the classes, and I've gotten huge laughs on stage and in the audience. I've been in the world of it,
Yeah.
and I still think improv is for queers. Because I'm a stand-up guy, dude. I'm like, that's where my heart is. Whereas like improv, I just see so much shit. It just annoys me too much.
You got to be really good.
You
You know.
Yeah.
And there is really good. Like I've been to UCB.
Right.
Like I saw the varsity club.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, amazing. One of the best
Yeah.
shows I've ever been to.
It's not without its merits. I'm definitely not saying
Yeah.
that. It's not me.
But you're gonna have more fun going to see an open mic night than going to see an improv show, probably. No.
Open mic can be disasters too. It's
I've never not had fun at an open mic night.
I mean, okay, so I grew up in music. I've seen every shitty battle of the bands too. Like I get it. At every level of entertainment, there's a place you got to start and be shit. And that's all I'm saying. When I see improv, I can't get through it. I can watch terrible music and I can see terrible comics, but terrible improv, I want to fucking throw myself through a wall. I just don't know what it is. It's just because it just seems like there's just no thinking going on. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I just wish this was funny, but it's not most of the time. But when you see good improv, it's like, yeah, it's like, dude, like I said, I've had huge laughs from it before. But I can't go out and watch that shit. I don't know.
No. I mean,
It's just not me.
I've seen one improv show since I lived here, other than the Christmas thing, but that was more of a sketch show.
Can I drink coffee on mic, or is that going to be like?
Yeah, go for
Is
it.
that going to be weird?
Go for it. No. Yeah.
Here's a sip.
Glug, 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 glug.
Quick Trip coffee.
This show is not brought to you by Quick Trip Coffee.
Hey, did you see WrestleMania last night?
I did.
Yeah. I know you like to talk wrestling on the podcast.
This is not a wrestling podcast,
It's
and this
not.
is going to come out long after WrestleMania is done, but we can talk about it.
Wait, this is not a wrestling podcast.
This is not no Deviled Advocate is not a wrestling podcast.
I got to throw out like 20 minutes of material now.
This is, I mean, you can do it.
Well, no, I don't want to disrespect the pod.
I'll probably leave.
just this is my one man open. This is my one man show now. You just leave the
Right?
podcast.
Yeah, I've been trying to get somebody to host it for me so I can take a vacation without bringing all this shit with me.
Well, I'll
but-
host it if I could interview you then.
Absolutely.
So like I host the next podcast and you're the guest.
Yeah.
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 And then it'll be no different than this one.
That's yeah. I'll steamroll whatever you're trying to say.
Yeah.
To talk about me.
Yeah,
I can
this
do
one's
that.
all
That's why
about
I
me.
started it.
This one's all about me. The next one's about you. We'll split it up that way.
Sure.
I'll cut you off whenever the fuck I want this episode, but that's the rules.
Okay. Yeah. That works for me.
I'm already feeling like the crowd's against me. I don't know who's listening to this, but I already feel like they don't like me.
What reason do they have to not like you already?
I've dropped some politically incorrect language, and I've disrespected improv already, and I've said I told you to stop doing podcasts.
Yeah.
We're 8 minutes in.
I wish people would attack me more. I think I'm a bit of a masochist that way. I'm not sure if that's the right term.
Yeah, I know you like pain.
Yeah.
Well, you should.
Mostly
Yeah, well, if you do
emotional.
that, then you can be like good at heckling, like comebacks. Like,
Oh yeah.
you can prepare your heckle liners, and then when people attack you, you can just,
Heckle me once, real quick.
Sam, get a job. That's not delivering pizza.
Joke's on you. I don't know how.
Damn, I got burned. Shit, I'm gonna have to take a cold shower. If that doesn't help burns. I don't know.
I don't think it does. I think you're supposed to run your hand under warm water, right?
Yeah. So we were talking about
I don't know
my
if that's where the burn is.
stand-up 12 minutes ago.
I was gonna get back into it. We've only been talking for 9,
It's only 9.
but yeah, it was about 8 minutes ago.
See, this is like, I don't know. I have no conception of time, especially when I'm on stage. I don't know if it's been a minute or 48.
Oh, it's tough. At one open mic, I thought when I got the light, I thought I'd been up there for like 6-7 minutes.
Yeah.
42.
What the fuck, Sam?
They let
How
me
did
do.
why did they give you 42 minutes of as an open micer? Were you killing?
Because nobody was there.
Well, okay. And they just had nothing
No,
else to do.
I've gotten to do like 9.5.
Yeah.
Normally I'm like, that's all I've got for tonight. Thanks, folks. Bye.
Oh my god, you totally just got that 42 minutes. I didn't even see that was an exaggeration. I really thought that happened.
No, just like
I'm a dummy.
a special's worth of material. I've done stand up like 12 times.
Dude, my first stand up I did when I was 21. This was before podcasts took
I did my
off.
first stand up at 21.
Yeah.
I threw up outside my car after it.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Did you save it in a bottle and take it home?
No. This was like I had
Put it in the fridge.
I had one beer, right? And I
Yeah.
went up there with 5 jokes, 5 tweets rather,
Right.
like things that I thought were really funny to me. Not so much. Went up at a place that is a room that's only comics watching or people eating pizza.
Yeah, that's tough because comics are all thinking about what you're doing. They're not laughing.
Or they're not even listening and they're thinking about what they're gonna do.
That too.
You know, I find myself guilty of that.
Let me just shit on comics now, so I can just get everybody to just not like me.
Oh, comics are like the nicest assholes in the world.
Yeah,
You're
great.
out front or out back, and they'll talk to you, and they'll tell you good job. But
then they'll disrespect your face when they're watching you perform.
They'll stand in the back. They'll talk.
Yeah.
You know, they won't come. Like when I go to an open mic, I sit 3rd row.
Yeah.
You know, 1st row maybe at Terminal Bar. I support it.
Terminal Bar. I'm sitting close to the nearest exit because the building's going to catch fire any second.
That would be the front row at the open mic. That's as close to the exit as you can get. The back exit.
That place looks like a tetanus shot.
It's dirty and it's amazing. I love it.
I've only been there for music. I had to record some music years ago for some awful new wave band.
Sure, yeah. I think they do they do concerts every week, but
yeah, I think they slaughter cows in there still. I don't know.
I was talking to the bartender Sally
like
a
a
couple
butcher
weeks
shop.
ago, and somebody did have a severed goat, like at one of their like heavy shows.
Was Ozzy Osbourne in town from '78?
Oh man, that'd be crazy.
A severed goat. What?
Ozzy-
Give it up, metal guys. It's over. You had your moment. You've been folded into the main culture. We get it. You're dark and mysterious.
Yeah, it's creepy. I'm gonna listen to a true crime podcast. It won't make my ears hurt. So where did you do stand up for this first time in a while?
Oh, well, you know what? I was saying something a minute ago. Oh yeah, the first time I did stand up back when I was 21. I just signed up for a show and I had no idea how much time I had. I didn't even know there was a concept of time because this was before. You know, Mark Maron had a podcast. Before there was comedy nerds on the internet. This was like 2007 still.
That's
so I just went down there with
podcast.
What?
No, he probably started in 2009. Sorry.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is like this was before now everybody's a comedy guru because of the internet. We all listen to the podcasts. Everybody's listening to Bill Burr and whatever. Yeah, no, I went down to this place and I had first off no material because I'm a moron. I'm like I'm just going on stage and be hilarious.
A nitwit.
Yeah,
because you've done it in every situation for your entire life.
Yeah, let's come up with good. Let's just insult me for like 4 minutes. I'm an asshole.
Beanbag.
Piece of shit.
Dirtbag.
Flying thunderbolt.
Scumbag.
Butcher face.
Douchebag.
Bloody tampon head.
Teabag.
Fucking footloose McGillicuddy.
Body bag.
I'm running out of insults. I'm actually not.
I'm just putting words in front of bag at this point.
What am I, Don Rickles?
I wish. That'd be an incredible interview.
Yeah, that'd be what you'd want to sit through. So anyway, I go up to this mic and this dude's like, "Oh, you got 3 minutes." And it's just, I was like, "What? There's times to this?" I thought I was going to do my like 9th George Carlin special that night. I had no idea like the concept of time in comedy.
Yeah.
I had no idea they gave you a light, and I think I lasted on stage 48 seconds before I ran away and cried.
Kind of like the first time you had sex.
Yeah, 48 seconds. That's you giving me a compliment with that one.
But you still ran away and cried.
I've had like sex with maybe 10 people, and it's never been good.
I noticed you said people. Is there something you want to say on the podcast?
Well, the animals, I wanted to keep them out, you know.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah, if you bring in the animals, it's well into triple digits.
When you grow up on a farm in Wisconsin, I didn't, but people do.
Yeah, and so I went over and I hung out with them, and I hung out with their sheep.
So the other day at work, because we're gonna get sidetracked. This is how all of our conversations are.
I do want to hear the end of that first time you did stand up, and I do want to.
Oh, that goes.
We'll keep trying to get back to that.
That goes nowhere. That was the end of that story. I just wanted to tell about how I don't know how time works.
Oh, okay.
You want to give me a Christmas present? Just buy me a clock. That's all I'm saying.
I got a calendar for my birthday this year. It was hilarious.
Yeah, why is it hilarious?
It's an onion headline of the day article. It has the whole or headline of the day calendar. It has the whole article, but I
Okay,
only
they
read
can't
the
see this, but you're
headlines.
waving your hand like a rapper right now, up and down.
I thought it was like a.
It's like it's
John
an Onion
Cena.
article, like feel the beat, boosh boosh.
I talk with my hands.
I talk with my mouth.
I'm an ASL translator.
Oh, an asshole translator.
Absolutely.
Asshole.
So that you were saying the other day at work.
Oh yeah, no. Some guy at work, I said the word fuck. Then the other guy said a duck, and then I did the fuck a duck song. Do you know the fuck a duck song?
I don't.
It goes like this.
Sounds
and
like
a one and a two. Fuck, fuck, fuck a duck, screw a kangaroo, finger bang orangutan, orgy at the zoo.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh wow.
I used to sing that as a child.
How young?
Like, this is my first words, I think.
Oh man.
Yeah. That was
That's
straight off the nipple into the fuck a duck.
that's vulgar for a young boy.
But
I
Trailer
mean-
Park Kid right here.
It explains why your mother was such a fan. He's advanced.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, mom was impressed with all those syllables and all those teeth I had, which were rare in that town.
Kangaroo's 3 syllables.
Finger
You were
bang
born
out
with
right.
teeth?
No.
That'd be a lot cooler if you were.
I have dentures in right now.
Take them out.
No.
Ah, shoot.
Got me again, Sam. Caught me in a lie.
So how was doing stand up this time?
Oh, it was bad. No, I mean it was all right actually. I don't know how I got into it. I've been writing jokes for about 2 months, like actively trying to write jokes, which I just never do because, like any comic-minded person like yourself, we're lazy.
Oh, absolutely.
We want to work, but we don't do the work.
And I'm way more productive than like 25% of my skinny friends,
It's a good percent.
but it makes me feel good. You know, it's like I wrote a tweet today. What did you? Oh, you into your real job?
You know, dude, if you write like a real good tweet, that'll carry you through a day.
I wrote a really good one the other night.
What you got?
Keep talking about whatever you're talking about. I'm gonna look
What
it
you
up.
got? What you got? What you got? What is that? That's some 90s music.
It's close to that.
Soulfly.
What you say? Oh, that I only meant well. You know that one?
No.
Just turn my internet.
I don't know.
back
No,
on.
I don't know why I did stand up the other night when like I've had a head cold for 3 days and I still have it. So I know I'm monotonous sounding right now. I'm all nasal. That's not good audio.
It's all right. It's whatever. I don't know.
guess.
You sound normal to me.
I'm self-conscious. Let me have a moment.
All right.
By the way, I don't know how to say conscience or conscious. I don't know the difference. It's because that fucked up screenplay I wrote with the guy who had a name Conscious and
Oh yeah.
ever since I'm ruined.
Said it too many times.
Yeah,
That's why I just name every character after me.
just Sam.
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 So here it is. You know, I always say if you don't like the theatrical technique of suggesting action, character, or emotion without words, using only gesture, expression, and movement, you're not a friend of mime.
All right, I got it. I got lost halfway through that, but I got it.
So it's the definition of miming,
Yeah,
and it says if you're not a fan of that, you're not a friend of mime.
it was a good dictionary joke.
It's a great dictionary
Yeah,
joke.
you just-
No likes, no retweets.
Yeah.
I felt really good about it.
But as long as you feel good about it, that'll carry. Like if you write that at like 6 at night, you'll be up at like 10:30. Like I did something today.
I think I wrote this yesterday. I still feel good about it.
Of course, it just carried you through, right? Like you just woke up this morning with that feeling. I wrote that tweet.
Yeah,
Just kind of,
yeah.
just kind of that sunshine right in your window. Like, yeah, that was a good day. Nothing's
I-
gonna bring me down today because I wrote about the dictionary.
I should write more tweets. I think about that way too often.
You should type more tweets. You can't write them. You have to type them into a computer.
Okay.
Are you not aware of this?
The nitpicking nitwit strikes again.
Is that my wrestling name? Did you see WrestleMania last night?
I did, but this isn't a wrestling podcast. But can
Oh.
we talk about John Cena coming out and rapping?
He was he was a heel. It was a heel turn.
It
Right?
was so funny.
If you're a wrestling nerd, you know heel turn means he's a bad guy finally.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of Sam Rockwell, you know a heel turn is his character reveal in Charlie's Angels 1
Whoa.
because he's dancing because
That's,
it's Sam Rockwell. That's a killer joke. I should tweet that.
yeah, tell it to somebody who knows that reference.
Oh, you've never seen Charlie's Angels
No.
1 and Charlie's Angels 2 Full Throttle?
Nah.
Man, you're missing out. They're like Kill Bill, but somewhat family friendly.
The only Charlie I know is Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
The book?
I think I've read it.
Yeah, I've never read the book.
I've never seen the movie.
Somebody on the podcast in an episode that hasn't been released yet.
Say that sentence again. What did you just say?
Somebody said on the podcast.
Somebody said. I thought you said somebody in the podcast that hasn't been released yet. I was like, where are you chaining these people up?
Sure. Yeah.
I
I might have. We can hit that 15-second rewind button, guys. Let me know in the comments if I misspoke.
Deviled Advocate podcast.
Hashtag Sam misspeaks.
I like it.
How much time did you do on stage?
Oh, it was on. I went back and looked at the audio after my introduction. It was like 3 minutes 58, so 4 minutes, like perfect.
Yeah. And is that what you got? That's what they were giving you?
No, they give you 7.
Okay, that's a generous amount to give somebody who's never done stand up before.
Yeah, well, it's everybody gets 7. It's a variety show. What it is, it's a midnight. It's called the Cabaret or something. It's a variety show. It's midnight at the Southern Theater in Minneapolis every Saturday. It's been going on since like '91. It's like 30 years.
At midnight?
Yes.
Oof.
And it's ran by Leslie Ball. It's called Ball's Cabaret for that reason. People show up for the wrong reason. They think.
I believe it. Yeah.
So. There was some bros there from the NCAA who thought they were going to see some tits or something, and they left halfway through.
Bare minimum. Tits
Actually,
with
they
tassels.
left. What?
Bare minimum tits with tassels.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It's more of a cabaret feel to me.
I'll do that next week.
Please.
Yeah, I used to go there and do music, and then I did that for a couple of years. Haven't been back in years, and. But yeah, it's a great show because it is a variety show. So like I've seen people do everything from music to improv to comedy to I've seen people hit pots and pans, shit. I mean, just weird.
Yeah.
Somebody got up and read a chapter from Charlotte's Web last week.
Oof.
That was the opening act.
What?
Yeah.
Is there no
no rules?
Can I just sign up and be like, I'm gonna show up and do whatever?
Yeah, you can just talk about your day.
Just fart.
Just stream of
and
conscience.
How many people do they let up? As many as they want? As many, or is there a time limit?
I mean, it starts at midnight. I think we wrap up like 11:30. I think it
11 and a half hours.
What did I just say? 1:30, 11?
11:30.
Yeah, it's the Jerry Lewis telethon.
Everybody gets negative 5 minutes. Keep it over.
Yeah, we go all day. We sit around and just.
That's amazing.
It's vampires. We don't sleep.
So that makes sounding like that makes going to midnight open mic more bearable when I can show up at 8 a.m. and still see 3 hours of variety shows.
Of variety show material, so you get to see a trans man read his college transcript.
That doesn't sound very fun.
That's what happened the other night.
Just read his.
Well, not his transcript.
Withdrawal.
I'm saying transcript because it's a trans pun, probably.
Oh, sure.
I didn't plan that either.
Yeah.
He just read from like his thesis, and it was very depressing. That was the act that went on before me.
Oh, okay. And you mentioned that in the recording you sent me.
Yeah, the recording I sent you that nobody's heard.
I'm gonna throw it on the end of this.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do the song.
I'm just kidding. I can throw it on the end if you want. I can.
Why don't you throw it like right now?
All right. Hey, if you guys want to listen to Adam's stand-up set, keep listening.
I think it's time for Adam Moyer, who we have not seen in a while.
I'm right here.
There you are. When you get up here, you'll see that the lights are absolutely blinding.
Yes,
So you
as
can't-
blinding as they've always been.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
It's good to have you back with us.
I think it's been at least 2 years. I've been busy.
You've been busy and you graduated college. Hey, you're a baker now.
Yeah, I didn't try. I went to school for screenwriting, and now I have a day job because
Well, that's
I
a
made-
lot of screenwriters. They earn a living one way while they write other ways.
Yeah, I figured it was one of my better mistakes. I followed my heart. So
There you go.
now I'm in a bank.
Good to have you back.
Yeah.
Glad you're here. Please welcome Adam Moyer.
All right, I really don't know how to be a comedian. I guess this is how it starts. But I've been writing a bunch of jokes, so I'm just going to read out of a notebook. So here we go. I am excited to be back here, but you know what I've got waiting for me back home? Crippling depression. But I'm in no rush to get back there. It's always going to be there for me. I've been on the road a lot lately because I'll fall asleep anywhere when I get drunk. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of wordplay, and if you want to groan, I appreciate that. As a kid, I ate way too much food. I didn't just go back for seconds. I went back for hours. My nickname was Homework because I was always on the refrigerator door. I
I grew up in a small town, but why do we call it a small town when everybody there was so fat? Whenever anybody asks, I tell them I grew up in a fat town. Our cops didn't get into high-speed pursuits. They got into chubby chasers. And sat in sirloin steakouts. It's the kind of place where if more than 6 people are on the sidewalk, crowded. Our hockey team played at the Double XL Energy Center. Moving on, I think. My dream is to open up a combination dairy farm funeral home because I love cremation. You know, I wrote that joke, and people like that more than I like that. It's not my favorite joke, but if you like it, awesome. My dating life feels much stronger now. I used to only pick up single mothers. Now I can pick up double mothers. Weird. Let's see. Online dating should just be called exploration dating, like old food. Everybody is lumpy, has bad taste, and nothing looks good enough for me to take home and put in my mouth. When you've met somebody online, you're not on a date, you're on sale. That's where you're only excited when their clothes are half off. These are midnight jokes if you're wondering why they're so dark. Right now, I'm having an emotional affair with a girl. Every day when her husband leaves for work, I sneak into her place and we cry. I hate my job. Every day when I get home, my girl asks, "What did you make today?" And I said the same thing I make every day, death threats. I just never fit in anywhere. You know, last week everybody at work went on a strike and I went on a bunt. That's the perfect reaction. No. Oh, this one's even dumber. Prepare. I spent all last weekend crying into a pillow. That's because I spent all last week stuffing my mattress with onions. That way, when I bring a girl home, I can tell her to come to my bedroom and I can give her multiple organics. Yeah. Hey. Let's see. Yeah, this sucks too. I am a filthy person. I'm Mentos intolerant. But I have been eating cleaner, Lysol. I feel like I don't know if I have the energy to put up with the rest of this. I'm looking at my own jokes. Like, can I still say these? Let's see. Yeah. The word factoid seems completely made up. I've written nothing else for that. There's facts and what? Okay. And yeah, here's one to tell your Asian friends if they like being offended. I saw Crazy Rich Asians in the theater, but I wouldn't have called it Crazy Rich Asians. I would have called it Cha-Ching Chongs. Yeah. Come on, Minneapolis. It's not that upsetting. And then a really dumb one. When boys came around, old man Thomas Edison was like, "Hey, what are your inventions with my daughter?" I'm going to end on that. Thanks, everybody.
Wow, that was good.
No.
Well, no, I don't know. I thought for your first time, it was pretty good, and you didn't cry, from what I could tell. You didn't,
I'm still waiting. I got to cry in like 2 days when it all emotionally pours out.
So this is just 2 nights ago you did this?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you're still riding the high of feeling like you did pretty good.
No, honestly, I never had that high.
No?
No, I mean, like, it's weird because years ago when I would perform, I would do that, like, the thing when you get off stage and you just analyze yourself to death at, like, what did I do, what happened, what was wrong, what was right.
Yeah.
I don't get that anymore. I'm over it.
Okay.
I'm an old grizzled veteran of the stage with literally 12 times I've ever been on stage, but I'm over it emotionally. I don't know. Like, I just got off stage and I was like, yeah, it's just another night.
Oh man, it hits me pretty hard.
Still?
Yeah. Like if I do really well, like the night that I got to do like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
I rode that high for weeks.
Well, how about that 48-minute set that I thought you did?
Man, that was killer.
Dude.
Yeah, they wanted to kill me afterwards.
You should have been on the Balls Cabaret telethon that week. Are we still doing these jokes 14 minutes later?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
So your jokes are very wordplay-y.
I mean, I already know what needs to change. I knew as soon as I was doing it. It was all the things I neglected to change before I got on stage. As soon as the spotlight hit, then I knew immediately. because my jokes have no frame of reference. Like everybody in the audience knows the jokes are full of shit. We suspend disbelief, just like we do when you watch a movie.
Right, like you said, you had a girlfriend or something.
Yeah, so in one joke I have a girlfriend, the next joke I'm single, the next joke I'm in a relationship or something. Or I'm what did I say?
You should do one where you have kids. Like,
Yeah.
like Gaffigan.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
people love Gaffigan.
But when people hear that and then I go from one joke to the other, it's like switching characters in midstream or something. It confuses people. And I think.
Do you ever do like, for the sake of the joke, for this joke I have a wife.
No, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to like. Well, here's a joke I'm telling. I'm not going to preamble it. It's a joke. I'm going to tell the joke. But I think people want consistency, and that's always been my problem as a writer. You know this from when we were doing screenwriting in college, that like all of my writing, I get the same feedback every time. Okay, that was funny. I was into it. I was paying attention, but it made no fucking sense. Like,
Sure.
You just go where the joke is. There's no logic to any of your shit.
Yeah.
That's what I always hear. And that's the same problem with my stand-up writing. So at some point, I've really just got to dig deep into like me intimately or whatever.
I mean, once you get enough of those short little quippy jokes, you can, thread them together to have somewhat of a narrative, or at least theme it out a little bit more. Like you have the segment where you talk about being fat,
Yeah.
And like that could be rearranged.
Yeah.
It could be spread out. It could be tightened up. Who knows?
Like working out, it could be fat, tightened up.
Yeah.
Because it's fat.
I don't know. I don't try that.
By the way, that was all a lie. I was not a fat kid at all.
No, me either.
I just wrote that as a joke.
I still am.
Yeah.
No, it's very funny. I go back, like that one. It makes me laugh very hard.
Yeah.
The onions joke
Yeah.
kills me, which you saw because we listened to it together just recently.
Like a minute ago.
Like I love those jokes.
The onion joke killed me too because it's so dumb.
It's unbelievably dumb. it's bonkers. It's absurd.
See what? But one of the things I wanted to do when we decided to do this podcast is I wanted to just come with my joke notebooks and weave those jokes through our conversation.
Sure.
I don't know how I would ever weave that through. Like, so how was your weekend, Adam? Oh, good. So I was crying this weekend. Like, it doesn't come up naturally because of onions. Like,
I spent the whole weekend crying, actually.
Yeah.
But I also spent the whole weekend stuffing my pillow with onions. It's great. I think and maybe people are listening to this and they hate that. And they're like, man, Sam is such an idiot for liking that. But who cares?
I'm glad that you repeated my joke and undersold it worse than I did the other night. Like, there was no energy to that.
I mean, they heard it.
Yeah, no, they heard
so I didn't need to steal it.
No, I'm not saying you stole it. I'm
You
just
want me
saying
to make it better?
please perform it with some gusto.
Hey, so I was crying all last weekend, but I also was masturbating.
Is this your dumb Brooklyn guy?
Yeah.
Is that your version of Dice?
Oh yeah, I suppose that is where my mind went.
Hey.
I wouldn't say dumb Brooklyn guy, but that's who I associate you with, Dice Clay.
That's because I put that in your head.
Oh yeah. No, you don't remind me of him. You don't
Not at
look
all.
like. Well, sometimes.
Except for
Like when you're not wearing a shirt and tie and athletic pants
to a podcast.
to a podcast.
Yeah, an audio podcast. I dressed up for this.
I've been thinking about doing a video podcast. I think it would be pretty cool, but also I think less people want to look at me than they want to listen to me.
I mean, that's true of all things in life.
Yeah.
You're
Well, I
not
want to
a
look
looker.
at a turtle more than I want to listen to it. Same with fish.
You should record this podcast audio only, but just show a video of a turtle.
Oh, that's
Just walking
People
around
love
for an
that.
hour, and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
would pay. You get hits on YouTube.
Man,
14
that's how you break the algorithm.
Yeah. YouTube's for kids. They dig that shit.
14-year-olds are so dumb. So are you doing stand-up again? Are you planning on getting up again?
I am officially retired.
You're done. Okay.
I've reached every goal I've set out for, and I think it's about time I ride off into the distance.
Hang up the old cape.
I'm gonna put the boots on the wall. I'm gonna hand my pistol off to the next young gunner in town,
I'm going to leave my hat on my bed.
and I'm gonna shoot the bad guy dead in the middle of Main Street.
That was a fun little rhyme. Did you know if a cowboy leaves his hat on his bed when he leaves the house, he's not expecting to come home? He's expecting to die. Which, I always wonder, why are cowboys always wearing hats when they're in duels? Did they get a new hat?
Holy shit!
Yeah. No, I know.
You been watching High Noon?
Nah, just Nashville. The Connie Britton, Hayden Panettiere pilot or vehicle. I haven't watched that since like episode 20 of the podcast.
I don't know what's cuter, Hayden Panettiere or her name.
That's a good, yeah.
She's
Yeah,
a cute
yeah.
name.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
Panettiere.
Panettiere.
It sounds like a sandwich, but like on
Yeah.
a balcony.
Yeah, like you go to like Panera,
Panettiere.
get a Panettiere bread.
You ever been to a Panera?
Yeah, once.
How was it? I've only been once. I don't remember.
Oh.
I think I got a salad.
Sam, this happened when I was a child.
Oh, okay.
It was very traumatic.
Let's move past it. So you're never doing stand up again.
No, I am officially retired.
Officially retired. It's aggressive. After I did it the first time, well, the first time.
Yeah, how did you do it the second time?
The second time I went to Terminal Bar, which is the only place I've gone up since I started doing stand up again because I'm comfortable there and it's a decent crowd.
You could
usually sometimes
shit your pants in the Terminal Bar and still do better than, like, it would smell better in there,
yeah, maybe a little bit.
which is a joke I stole from somewhere, but
I do really like this place for stand up.
it's a good start. Yeah, it's a good workshop place.
It's great, and the people there are nice, and there's always a few more than just comics. But the first time went really well. I had a few buddies there. I've talked about it on the podcast before, but I was riding such a high and this is like last December, that I was like, all right, I'm going to start going every week. And I did that for like 6 or 7 weeks. And, it got better, it got better, it got better. And then I think it got to the 9-minute set, and it was so good that I just stopped writing jokes, and like my hubris took over. And I thought I was a lot better than I was, so I went up and I like didn't bring my notebook. I had a few too many drinks, didn't know any of my jokes like off the top of my head, and I was too overconfident, and it sucked. Or I've been too overconfident.
You can keep talking. No, you're good.
Then I'm just trying to wrap it up, and it's been going well. It's decent. I haven't been up for a couple weeks, but
We'll have to get up on a show together. Well, as soon as I memorize some, because that's the problem. I have a bad memory with jokes. If I do stuff like my Fat Town thing is almost a bit because there's like 5 jokes strung together.
yeah.
And if I remember the first one, I can start rolling through them all. But just one-liner city like Stephen Wright or something, I can't remember the jokes that way.
There's a couple people that do like that I've seen repeatedly that'll do one-liners and they'll just read them.
Yeah.
And like if you come back every week and they're different, reading them's fine. There's one guy, Nate Nickel, last year's comic in the cities to watch or whatever.
Okay.
He does like one-liners and he's like snaps, and it's very like jazz poetry
Like,
style.
yeah, like a poet.
But it's so funny, very dark. He's hilarious, and he scrolls his phone the whole time. He scrolls his phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, reading's fine.
I guess more people do that now because.
Especially with
I
like
just
short
don't-
jokes like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy though. I would rather memorize it so I can actually look at the audience and try to.
Sure.
Because once you can do that and just whatever, it seems real.
Yeah. I guess I've got like 5 minutes of incest jokes that I can do.
Is that Boy Band from the '90s?
Yeah. 5 minutes of incest. Hit single that I can do. We'll drop that at the end of the podcast.
Oh, I thought I got to pick the song.
You do.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Play Stone the Crow.
I don't know what that is, and I didn't know where to go for
You
that.
just YouTube. It's like
Well,
the first
yeah,
thing that
no.
shows up.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Remind me after the show.
It's Phil from Pantera. After he did a solo album or something in the '90s, and
After Dimebag.
no, this is way before that.
Okay.
When he was still on heroin and before he overdosed and died and came back to life.
Oh, ouch. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was in that '90s grunge thing where people were just dying all the time.
The band that I listened to that came out of that era is Weezer, and they've been
Yeah.
going strong for 20 years.
I don't get the Weezer appeal. They seem Buddy Holly-ish to me, and I know they got that song.
Yeah, it's on their first album.
I don't know. I guess I like just.
You not like Buddy Holly?
I do like Buddy Holly.
Didn't you go to Buddy Holly's crash site?
Yeah, I did. Like twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weezer was a I don't know, not prettier, but like a better sounding, a more
Is this
accessible.
a love note? Weezer was a bit what?
I just saw Weezer for the 3rd time a couple weeks ago. It
Yeah?
was awesome.
Were you wheezing?
I wasn't.
Is that what the fans are called? They're the Weezings.
I think fans are just generally called nerds.
Like, yeah, it's a nerd band, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like all my art with attitude. I don't care what it is.
They've got some attitude.
I mean, do they?
A little bit.
Well, I guess Hash Pipe was kind of an attitude song.
Greatest Man Who Ever Lived. The Green Album, Maladroit, like those are some aggressive.
Yeah.
They toured as a Nirvana cover band for a while, like in between like 95, 97, somewhere in there.
Is that when they started?
Called themselves Goat Punisher. No, this was made.
What is with goats and music?
They were like super famous. Like the Blue Album and Pinkerton had already come out and been released.
Oh, they just
and so
decided.
to get a break from the fame, Rivers grew a beard, and they just went around covering Nirvana songs.
Yeah, they go by funny names like Gave Droll.
I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but
Yeah,
it's just a little part of the Weezer history.
Okay, I know this has been covered before. I've heard this on other podcasts. The 90s singing sound, here's what I got. Everybody that sang in the 90s sounds like a wah-wah pedal.
Sure.
Do you know what a wah-wah pedal sounds
Wah
like?
wah wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Jeremy's balking, wah, 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 wah.
What is the Ted? That movie has a similar joke.
Oh, does it?
They only say the vowels. Me with you.
Well, that's how you sing. You always sing vowels. Nobody
I
ever
don't know.
sings an L sound.
I'm not giving it credit. I'm just saying it's a similar bit. and
Oh,
it's-
I guess. I
it
mean,
made
the
me-
bit's
it
been
made
done
me
by
laugh.
everybody. I don't even know why I tried to go there. Like, I'm going to come up with some new shit. I've just never heard anybody do the wah-wah pedal joke.
You could. Is it as accessible as vowels?
I don't even know what that question means.
Do people know? Like, you had to ask me if I know what a wah wah pedal is,
Right.
and I listened to Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah. So then you know it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
As long as you've heard one Rage song, you've heard a wah-wah pedal.
I think most people have, if they're not idiots. But
Well, all my
Are they?
friends growing up all had guitars, so we just knew the reference, I guess. I didn't hang out with people that didn't know what a wah-wah pedal was.
I think, yeah, like I don't know if my dad would have any idea what that means.
Oh,
He
yeah.
also wouldn't think a joke about 90s music is funny unless it's about 90s Christian music,
Yeah.
and it better not. You better not.
Don't be
make
stepping
fun
on
of
those
it.
toes.
No.
Yeah.
We're listening to Jeff Moore and The Distance.
Jeff Moore and the Distance.
That's a deep cut of Christian rock.
Yeah, I don't do Christian rock a lot.
I didn't.
Like I said, I
didn't
like-
think you did.
I like stuff with attitude.
Yeah.
That stuff's too much in the feel-good category, where I like feel-good stuff. I like girly songs when I want to feel good, Amy Winehouse and shit. But,
Sure.
And even that's got a little attitude.
She's got a
Yeah.
lot of attitude.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Well, she had a lot of attitude.
Oh, don't hurt me with Amy.
Not
That
too much.
dude, when she died,
It's not my fault. This is like if I brought up World War II, you're like, oh man, come on.
bro,
It's like, hey,
I just watched the documentary.
I wasn't alive. Oh, Night and Fog.
Yeah, that
Have
one.
you seen that? I've
Multiple
seen
times.
Way too many Holocaust movies.
There's
and
so many.
They're all sad.
Yeah.
I mean, except for maybe the
Except-
Sound of Music.
Well, the Jerry Lewis movie that never got released, where he's a clown walking around Auschwitz.
Sure, and I still don't think that was probably very funny,
Yeah, no, I don't.
given that it wasn't released. He just didn't have the rights to it, right?
Well, dude, wait, what
'Cause
was
it
that?
based on a short story?
I don't even know the story behind it. I just saw like a clip or a still shot of it, and I was like, "What is wrong with your brain?"
Yeah.
But you got to take chances when you make art.
You have to.
You
And
got to throw shit at the wall, see what sticks. I've got a million unfinished products that I'm never gonna look at again.
I've got a million pieces of shit on my wall.
You are the G.G. Allen of podcasts.
Oh, wouldn't that be disgusting?
Yeah, we should just shit and fart and piss on each other. And just audio record it. And call it the devil,
Diarrhea
the diarrhea
egg.
egg sandwich.
What do you think of the title of my podcast?
I want to apologize for that.
What do you think of the title of my podcast?
It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You're a word. You're a word.
I'm a
joke guy.
wordsmith.
I like it. I think
I
it's
liked
dumb.
it when I first heard it. I keep cutting you off.
You're fine. I told you immediately that I was going to do that, and if you listen back about into 12 minutes into the podcast, 30 seconds after I tell you I'm going to steamroll every one of your stories, I do it immediately, and I even steamrolled your apology for cutting me off.
My heartfelt apology. You son of a bitch.
It's hey man,
Do you want me to die? Is that what you want? I can't tell.
I don't, but that does bring up the question: do you have any final words? We're hitting our time limit,
Jesus, I should have not played 12 minutes of me doing shit stand up in the middle of this.
and I think I'm just gonna cut it down to the best jokes. So it's
Just-
like 30
just-
seconds at best.
Just cut to my introduction, then cut to me talking to myself afterwards. Just cut out all the jokes in the middle.
I think I'll probably just do the jokes.
Yeah, just cut out.
All the jokes, but there's that weird intro that she gives you.
Yeah.
And now that I'm talking about it, I think I have to leave it.
Well, okay.
This is on the mic. Do you have anything that you have coming out? Anything you're working on that you want people to keep their eyes out? Twitter, Instagram, anything you want to shout out?
Instagram, awfully person, which I have to spell, I think, because it doesn't translate to words. Awful with an ly, awfully person.
I never got that. I always think that you're this girl Autumn we went to school with.
We went to school to.
Yeah, I
we
went
went
to
to
school
school to
too.
her. Yeah.
But thanks for being on, man. Let's do
Yeah.
it again.
Oh my God, this flies by way too fast.
It's a
doesn't it?
blast, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you, brother.
I meant.
And,
Wait. We're gonna play Stone the Crow.
Yeah, we
All
are.
right.
But that all happens in post.
I know that. I just want to make sure you're still doing it. I'm getting you on record.
All right, everybody. This has been Old Sam. It's been a blast. This has been Adam Moyer.
Wow, wow.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Started crawling